Hey Eric, I have a question. My watch quit on me, so I was wondering if you could tell me. What time is it?
Beer is good! Beer is good! Let's go drink some beer!
Hey guys. Wednesday. Wow. It's like 3 days in a row. Scary. What are we looking at? We're looking at Smoke on the Bayou. Buffalo Bayou Brewing Company, Houston, Texas. This is another one from Johnnie. Johnnie Watson. You hold in your hands an ale that could never be replicated anywhere else on the planet except Houston. It has flavors of our city infused in the malt itself. Hope that never happens with anything from Chicago. It doesn't say what style it is. It says that it has sweet and savory and a malt bomb of caramel and toffee notes. It will mellow with age. No alcohol percentage. And I did prep the wax, and there was no secret to the meaning of life or anything like that under there. I was kind of disappointed, actually. And those that are keeping note, when I asked you guys to pick which one of the 4 brews that you wanted me to review that following day, nobody picked this one. So let's see how that works out. And well, I suppose because it's still fairly new, we'll use the Enterprise. See what mystery sound we get this time. Redocking. Let's give her a little action. Let's give that is one lucky swamp monster. No, he's actually looking the wrong way. Okay, well, it's got almost a little bit of a reddish hue to it. The carbonation was kind of kept in check. It smells really good. It's not getting any smoke. But then again, that could be just a name. Actually, it smells like a Scottish ale, actually. That sweet toffee and caramel. And I'm hoping that we didn't get a lot of carbonation is because there's a lot of alcohol in here. I'm just saying. You know, 9% or higher, I think that's actually from the beer. But okay, cheers guys. This has to be a Scottish ale. Either that, or it's a lot like it. Boy, it almost pours with a a heavier viscosity. Yeah, it has a medium heavy mouthfeel. And I would say it's up there in the alcohol too. When it starts to get, starts to get really high, um, it is only a guess. But I'd say it's 9 or higher though. Did I say 10? I don't think so. I'm gonna go 9, 9.5. Just having a second thought. Not lowering that number, but maybe raising that number. But carbonation level. Carbonation. The carbonation level feels right. You know, that's fine. You can pour it in the glass faster and get right on to drinking. You don't have to wait for the gigantic ass bulbous head to dissipate. You know, ride it out. Yeah, it has that. You know, subtle fruits and toffee and caramel and the alcohol. What else is in there? Yeah, this ain't bad. Now, is it the best Scottish ale I've ever had? Personally speaking, one of my all-time favorites is Oscar Blues, the nitro version. That was last time I was over there. They didn't have any. I was really kind of disappointed. But if you find that with the nitro, actually, pretty much speaking, anything from Oscar Blues, the 1050s. This isn't bad though. By now, you know, the world has heard the Ebola guy in Texas died, and there's even rumors that he might have actually died a few days ago. But they wheeled him into a room next to JFK and waited a few days to tell us. Politically, yeah, I don't know. Everyone's going crazy because it's getting so close. I actually got 2 more phone calls today about, you know, getting out the vote. Both, well, the one was more like a poll than it was a push for any one particular person, but the questions seemed very, very, very sided on the Democratic side. What else can I tell you about? Another mod to the AR pistol. Until I decide if I actually want to spend money to change out the handguard, because, you know, I kind of liked, you know, the handguard, just something to make it a little bit more comfortable. Now, again, a question for the group, because as it stands, as far as the vote goes, only a couple people actually like the mag funnel grip. I like it for kind of how it feels, so that might be the deciding factor. But like with anything, I think I will rule after actually using it instead of just going out narrow-minded right off the beginning. Besides that, if Stephen Bush says it's a good thing, it must be a good thing. Okay, so the question is the side rails. Settle down. The side rails are, the keyed area is shorter than the bottom, and I'm wondering about aesthetically. I know it's one of those trivia things. What someone was going to do. I didn't put one on the top. There's no reason to have one on the top. But as far as when you're holding it in your hand, your hand touches all of it, and your palm actually backs up, and you can feel that in your palm, and that's why I left it long. But is that something that would aesthetically drive someone crazy? Like, should I have ended it even with the other ones? Or keep it for why I put it on here, and that's to make it usable. I mean, when you're holding it like this, your hand covers up all of it, and that really makes the difference. Thank you, Travis, DJ Alkaline One. He was just like, it'll really make a difference without making it fat, and it did. I mean, you are talking so little difference in width, but it completely takes away that. Shit. I bet you could cut a tree down with the side of a Picatinny rail. Be interesting to see how long it would take. So yeah, I'm kind of liking it just because it actually is serving a purpose. You can feel that in the back of your palm. I think if I was to cut it, I would be disappointed in myself. So, just another mod for the little pistol. Yeah, I still haven't given that back to her. I think I'm just gonna, when I can afford to get one, I'm just gonna get a new one for her. Just like I said, some people like them, some people think they're a waste of money, but that lever is easier to get a hold of than a normal one, and it gives you more options. I mean, I personally find that I charge it mostly with my fingers like this, but okay. Hi. Sorry, a friend of mine does that all the time. It's one of those things where, after 15 years, you think it'd no longer be funny, but it always is. That's nice though. You take a little break and come back to this and decide, is it still as good as it was 3 minutes ago? Should it have at least a subtle smoke, being that it's called Smoke on the Bayou? So no, you don't smell smoke, you don't taste smoke. The characteristic is a Scottish ale, which I like that, especially when you pump up the volume on the alcohol content. I don't think I'm off on that. Yeah, I'm gonna stick in the. Did I say 9.5? I think I'm gonna transition to 8.5 to 9, somewhere in there. So I'm hoping I'm like skipping the pond right in the middle, because I've had some guesses really wrong. The thing is, though, I could be wrong again, but I think when I'm wrong, I say it's like 5%. It turns out to be 10%, or that kind of thing. Normally, I don't think it goes the other way. I think I'm fairly on when it's the low, but some of these breweries, man, they can hide a shit ton of alcohol, and I'm okay with that. Like a little bit, like on something like this, I'm kind of expecting just a little bit of a burn kind of right in the middle, and it kind of smooths off. This one's got a really nice finish to it. That toffee and caramel and smoothness stays with it. I mean, you can kind of see it's not just the way the bubbles are reacting from the alcohol content, but it just kind of like hangs on for a little bit. It's definitely got definitely a heavier feel to it. Oh, and I never thought about tomorrow's beer. It's tomorrow, Thursday? Friday or Saturday I want to do the terrible. And hope it's not terrible. Okay, let's just get on to this. Buffalo Bayou Brewing Company, Houston, Texas. Smoke on the Bayou. Handcrafted. For a Scottish ale, yeah, this isn't bad at all. I mean, I don't know if it's just me right now, but I'm gonna give this a 9. I'm actually kind of liking this, and I know that alcohol has got to be somewhere in there, 8.5, 9. I mean, like before I opened this bottle, I had like cruel thoughts with me and a wiffle ball bat and Chuck, and after drinking 2/3 of that glass, I'm actually feeling a little bad inside with the thoughts that I had a little earlier. So I know there's got to be some alcohol in here, because it's got to be the factor, because I would never divert or change my passionate dislike of Chuck unless it was influenced by alcohol. So I'm thinking it's 8.5 or 9%. On a not as happy note, I've been wearing this this, well, I don't know what to call it, bracelet or whatever reminder. It's God is my strength, cure breast cancer. I got this when my good friend Greg, one of his best friends, is actually a guy that I actually know through the trades. He's not in the same trade as me, but you get enough big jobs and it's like, oh, there's Rob. When I got this, his wife Audrey was diagnosed with brain cancer, and yesterday she lost that fight. So that's not so good. 6 kids. Rob is gonna have his hands full. So this is a toast to Audrey, and I hope you're in a better place, my dear. Well, considering United States of America in 2014, I can guarantee you she's in a better place. So that was sad news. Okay, so let's decide something for tomorrow. Oh, we got from New York Half-Ass Prepper yet. A bunch of green bottles. Let's see. I'm not gonna have you guys vote. I'm just looking over the options. The first one, which is off the list, this would be a after party kind of review. a limited edition aluminum canned bud with the shamrocks on it. I'm surprised that Jerry didn't take all these. Maybe we won't do an after party. Let's see, what's the two other options? Lech premium beer. That just begs me to pick this one. 4.9%, and best before, which we're safely on that side of that. So it's got a born on date. Hats off to them. And alcohol percentage. Some of these big breweries can't seem to figure that out. Where are you from, though? Imported by Daisuke. Oh, we've reviewed one of those. This is from Poland. Polish Lech. So I got. See, I'm deciding. This is not for you guys. Because I know how Ed gets right now. Ed's going. Sorry, Ed. You don't get to vote on this one. Or, ooh, a Lithuanian lager. This must. I'm sure this is another one that I wasn't supposed to be able to pronounce. A premium lager since 1902. 110 years of quality. Oh, hell yeah. 5%. This one wins. It's got one more. It's got one more. It's got 4.9 or 5. 5. We're going with this one. It's imported to Chicago though, so that's like some strikes against it. Okay, well let's do this one from Lithuania. They're gonna do that tomorrow. Just a way to pull in a Thursday. Okay, so if this one completely sucks ass, I have a feeling that this one is gonna suck ass too. But I could be wrong. But if this one makes me not even want to finish it, we're just gonna roll right into this one. So you're gonna get a double. Okay. Yeah, I think that pretty much. I know I have to always point this out, but that is an American flag. You can see a star right there, and that's why she's amongst the folder of stars and bars. Yeah, I don't see any alcohol, so she doesn't qualify for that one, but that is red, white, and blue. It's all good. It's all legit. I thank you to Cody. I don't have it down here. I have the box for it though. The shot track camera that we were testing that had a huge critical failure with the memory card, and nothing that we thought it was recording out at the shoot actually got done. But he called today and said that the company had sent him another camera and didn't want this one back, so I could keep it if I wanted it, and I'll abuse it. I know there's things, he pointed out it's always been mounted on some big ass pistol one way or the other. The last time it was used, it was on the actually the very last time it was on the XD-M, and that's a 45, and that got shot a lot a couple weekends ago, and the mount loosened up a little bit. And the time before that, it was on the Glock 20, which is the 10 millimeter, and that also has a much more, well, I don't know, that's an exaggeration. That was like a drama queen moment. The 10 millimeter has more felt recoil than a 45 ACP, and if it's not the the amount, it's definitely in the snap. There's a lot more happening quickly with the 10 millimeter, and he recommended trying a little blue Loctite just to try to keep that thing tight. More than likely, once you pick a mount on there, you probably wouldn't have to switch it out too much. The camera actually is supposed to hang upside down, like as though it was a weapon light. So if you mount it any other way on your weapon, you're going to have to use your software to flip it around. The original plan was to see if we could break the thing by putting it on the 50, but everybody actually, well, maybe nobody actually tried. No, alone with company, that little shit definitely would be trying to do a bullseye shot, as opposed to just squeeze the trigger and pray that the scope doesn't blacken my eye. But the only Picatinny rail piece on there is right in line with the scope. I'm actually been looking to see if I can find an inexpensive offset that maybe then I could put the camera on there. But the problem is most of those offsets are 45, and I'm not going to be able to rotate a quarter with my software. I can flip it, and even if it's on the side, I'm not even sure I can even pull that off. But yeah, thank you. We'll get the. It is a fixed 5 times, so it's, I don't know. If you're shooting at like silhouette targets, in the 25 to, I think you're probably in like close to say no more than 50 yards. The image wasn't all that bad, but it's like, until I get a confirm up that mount a little bit, it's just like it really it didn't take very many shots before it was just almost irritating to watch the footage, because when the gun went off, the camera wasn't just following the gun's recoil. Okay, guys. With all the delays, that is good. Thank you, Johnnie. If you see this, it's worth a try, especially if you like the Scottish ales. I mean, I'm assuming that's what they're calling this, because that's certainly what it tastes like. So, okay, you groovy kids. We'll see you tomorrow, except for Chuck.